Good morning, everybody. Pastor Randy Fry, Gower Christian Church. You are watching and or listening to 7 Minutes with the Savior, and we're from Studio 2 Bravo in the massive Gower Christian Church Media campus. You can see I've already started the timer. So, what's the Lord teaching me this week? It's a lesson that's hard for every person, I think, to learn, but modern Christians especially, and that's to hold our plans lightly. Hold our plans lightly. Jesus spoke a lot about worry and anxiety and really holding our plans lightly, because we don't know what life is going to bring. We don't know what God has in store. We're not always sure what God has planned for us. And that means making plans but holding on to them lightly. You know, it occurs to me that in Jesus' day, if you had something planned, it was a lot easier to upend than for modern day folks. You know, if you got sick in Jesus' day, you couldn't work remotely from home. You just didn't work. You couldn't work. If you were lame or crippled, or had some sort of chronic illness, you just weren't a worker. You had to rely on the charity of other people to survive. If you wanted to travel and the weather was poor, you just didn't travel. And so Jesus talked about, he mentioned once, why worry? Because worry would not add a minute to your life. All the anxiety we have about our future, all the anxiety we have about our plans, he says, all that worry doesn't do one good thing to improve or add to the span of your life. And always he was teaching reliance and trust in God, and that's a good lesson for us. So Gower Days is coming up. That's why I'm kind of dressed, because I need to be out at the park a lot to help with that this afternoon. Gower Days is coming up. The festival committee puts in a ton of hours planning and then preparing. My band, Snow Day Jam, is playing Saturday afternoon. We put in a ton of time practicing to get ready for it. We learned basically a whole new set of songs this year, and twice as many because we have a 2-hour set. And the weather is quite threatening. The chance, there's a good chance that some events and musical performers are not going to get to play this year because of the weather. I hope not. I hope we can do our thing. We're excited about our show and want to play for the people and have lots of fun. I know we've got lots of other performers, lots of vendors who are looking forward to this weekend. We have a booth this year, free cookies and milk, and also just wanted to be a presence at the festival, the Gower Days Festival. And all these things are kind of hanging in limbo because of the weather. And it's hard not to be disappointed about that. But we'll see. You never know what's going to happen. But in all things, Jesus encourages us to hold our plans lightly. If the Lord wills, we're going to have a great Gower Days. If it doesn't work out, that's the way it goes. But it's a hard lesson for us to hold our plans, hold our hopes and dreams for other people too, lightly. Because God might have something different and better and more wonderful in store that we don't even know about. But whichever way things go, to be prepared for that, to accept that. All these things, in a way, come from the hand of God. And to accept that as what the Lord wills, and to move forward with that trust and acceptance. That doesn't mean don't plan. Doesn't mean that at all. Doesn't mean don't hold on to hopes and dreams for the future. Far from, that doesn't mean that at all. But worry and anxiety can't influence that plan a bit, other than probably affect it negatively. Trust in God, and trust in the way life is unfolding for you, even if you're in a rough patch. All right, prayer concerns. We heard at the beginning of 7 Minutes with the Savior, we heard Beth Jamison playing Victory in Jesus on the sanctuary organ here at Gower Christian. Beth is having surgery this morning, so please remember Beth in your prayers for a good outcome and a smooth recovery. We've been following a police dog in St. Joe was killed in the line of duty, Canine Max. His handler, Lucas Winder, is a Gower resident, so we've been praying about that, and there is a memorial service for Canine Max on Friday, tomorrow, which will be live streamed, I think, through Meyerhofer Funeral Home, if you want to participate in that. So keep those concerns in your mind. John and Darlene Solly, members of this church, their sister-in-law Bonnie passed away earlier in the week. Her memorial services were Tuesday, so please keep John and Darlene and all of Bonnie Solly's family also in your prayers. So coming up, Gower Days, we will have a booth. Look us up there, free cookies and milk. Also pre-registration for Vacation Bible School going on there. We got some youth group water games planned, but the Lord may have a different kind of water game in store for us. But stop on by the Gower Days booth, and hopefully we'll be able to be there for a while. This Sunday, worship, 10:30 a.m., live in person in our sanctuary or through our live stream on Facebook and YouTube. I think that's it for now. Oh, and look for our float. We have a float in the Gower Days parade, so we're excited about that too. Lots of work gone into that. Anyway, that's what's coming up. Thanks for joining me. And until we meet again in person or online, I bid you peace.